Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third and final round of the 2022 Infinite Disc Maricopa Open presented by the Disc Shack. We're here at Maricopa Meadows Disc Golf Course in Maricopa, Arizona. Jennifer Allen started out the day as your leader, along with her, Callie McMorran, also Maria Oliva, and rounding out the card, Ohn Scoggins. This is the third and final round, and it is the back nine. All of this 100% bonus footage, largely brought to you by Curtis Van Slyke. He grabbed one of my cameras. He was able to go out, catch the footage so that we could bring you guys the conclusion of this event as I was out capturing the MPO side. I'm going to start on hole 11. This is where we're picking up with the coverage. I'm going to play holes 11 through 19 and 289 feet. Pretty straightforward. OB is the gravel and curbed area on the right. And then you have a sidewalk off to the left-hand side on the high left side. And that's going to be a theme throughout. This is Ohn Scoggins. She comes into this point in fourth place at 2 over par on the round and 24 over overall. But she is 2 over on the round up to this point. Here's Callie McMorran. Callie 3 over during the round. And she sits at plus 16 overall. Very close to her, coming in at plus 17, is Maria Oliva, who's also 2 over for the round. So 3 of the competitors are 2 over, 1 is 3 over at this point through round 3. Jen's got it dialed in with the rangefinder. Pretty comfortable lead that she's maintained throughout this round. She actually opened up the tournament with a pretty nice lead as well, fully admitting that her additional power to fight the winds over at Copper Sky in day 1 were a huge advantage to her.
Like, don't hit the basket.
Maria
Get in.
off the top. And Callie was, in fact, inbounds right up against the sidewalk, but she's inbounds, so she can bring it in the 1 meter. And she is not messing with the hillside, with any basket hits, anything. That she's just laying that one up, playing it safe. After the OB penalty stroke for Maria, she walks away with the bogey. Ohn sitting at plus 24. Trying to get that back to 23. She moves to 1 over on the round. Scoring conditions absolutely beautiful out here for this final round. And Jen thinking that was too far right somehow still finds the basket. Bottom of the basket. In fact, Jen says, in fact, I think I was just on the other side of the road at that point, or I'm about to be, as the MPO division going the other way. 414 feet for hole number 12. The sidewalk that runs here on the right side, that is considered essentially like a river. You can be to the right of it. You can also, of course, be to the left of it. You just can't be completely surrounded by it. Otherwise, you're out of bounds. Of course, the road on the far left side, definitely OB as well. Right in the center for Ohn. And looking like these positions that they're all in, relatively comfortable in their spaces. I think the biggest battle here, we're seeing Callie and Maria. You know, will they maintain their positions, fighting for really spots 2 and 3 on the podium? Not to say that they can't get after Jen here, but She seems to be comfortable, and she has such a sizable lead. It's going to be really tough in this last 9 to catch her. I like the play right up the middle for Maria. Gets out and over that long sidewalk. You're into random notes and take notice that all 4 of the women here sponsored by Innova. I believe Jen is the team captain, actually, on the FPO side. Well, if she's not, I'm just going to claim that she is, and they're going to have to promote her. Ohn, solid approach, very makeable. Both Ohn and Jennifer actually eligible for age-protected play. See that of no interest to them here at this event. Nice pitch up for Callie. She moves quickly, and big shout out, I'll say it again, to Curtis. He not only did he win the MA40 and played well throughout the weekend, he then jumped over here and caught this round of action. And he's learning not only camera work, but also learning the nuances of filming some of the competitors. And Callie plays quick, as does Ohn.
Just throwing it straight and trying to S it around that tree.
Callie for her bogey. She'll tap in. She's going to move to 17 over. That puts her 4 up for the round. Also cuts the difference in half between Callie and Maria. And the consistency by Jen nets her another par as we're going to move on. Hole number 13. This is a combined safari hole. Normally, we would play to the short basket on the left side. That is typically the hole that gets played here. And then you go back to the right and you play from that tee all the way up to the pin we're going to now. In this iteration, 2022's Maricopa Open, this is a combined hole as a par 3 at 559 feet. Maybe a little bit of a tough par 3 for the FPO side. Well, not maybe. It definitely is. We all know Jen, the world record holder for longest throw ever by a woman at, I believe, 568 feet. 569, 568. A little too much turn for Maria, but she kept it low. Easy approach from there. If you're going to miss anywhere, you definitely want to be on the right side. That just gives you a more open approach, and you see Maria a little bit hinched up against that tree. There's not many trees out here. Unfortunately, she's near one. What a recovery shot. Ohn's husband, Justin, on the cart. I'm guessing Ohn must have found that tree in round 2. They played Copper Sky on Friday during the opening round. That's when you saw those insane wins. And then came out and played this course on the day before on Saturday for round 2. And now here we are for the final round as well.
I scared that for a second. That felt real soft coming out.
Here's Maria. This is for par. Count it. Nice. From way deep in circle 2, Maria saves the par. And she runs it down, and A long-range putting specialist certainly is what you would consider Ohn Scoggins. So close.
Hey, this outside, right? Yeah. Making sure.
Callie from probably about 40 is off the top, and so easy for something to carry past the basket and then find that road or that culvert, which is all out of bounds. Jen for her par.
You're stressing me out, dude. I'm stressing myself out with him, but that's okay. I'm pushing him. I haven't done him in so long.
So Allen will remain at 10 over overall, and Callie will fall even one back of where she just was. She goes to 18. Maria saved the par and remains at 18, so we've got quite a battle here for second. Ohn readily admits she's not the most powerful thrower, so I don't feel like she's going to have any advantage as the round concludes here in terms of getting any bonus distance or strokes over the rest of the field. But we'll see as we move over to hole 14. They're making it tougher. This is this is what I like to joke as the wooded hole. They actually have created a corridor, so you have both mandatories that you must stay inside of, as well as a lined fairway. So this plays truly as a tunnel shot, as you can see by those blue flags. That lines both sides of the fairway, and then you also have a little section at the back that you have to stay short of as well.
Off the box. Sit.
Oh, and that checks up. Probably about 25, maybe 30 feet. Oh, Maria catches the right side tree, and it just pulls it right into the out of bounds. So she'll throw from there with penalty. Ohn keeping it low. Great shot. Also within range. And then a different approach. We see the forehand here by Callie. That's all she wants. See a number of ricochets and kicks and just shots that even just lightly fade out that find themselves out of bounds on this one. So staying inbounds, collecting even a 3, not so bad. Callie giving us a little background and education here. Ohn slightly uphill, 28 feet maybe. All right, that's all she needed. Good birdie by Scoggins. Jen's about the same incline as well for birdie. Down it. Confident putt. Making it look easy. Callie is in for the par. Maria about 18 feet, just past the pin. That looked like a little grip lock there. Left with a longer comeback. This is for her double bogey 5. And unsure if that's a little mental disconnect or hand to body disconnect. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, it's a tough struggle here. Callie tells her to take a moment. Now, here she's going down. I'm assuming she's retrieving her putter as she's gone out of bounds, but she is retrieving her putter, but she actually does have the option to throw from where she previously putt from if she wanted to. If that was any closer, but maybe she liked the uphill putt more. And now she cashes it in. Unfortunately, that's going to be for an 8 by Maria, but that is, I guess, one teachable moment for the rest of the world out there is when you go out of bounds like that, as she did on that second to last putt, you could actually take it from where you last were as opposed to going to that longer putt. Again, wasn't her concern there necessarily, but that is something to think about. If you have a 10-footer that rolls 100 feet away and goes out of bounds, you could just re-putt from that 10-foot spot as opposed to going the 100 feet away. That's only if it goes out of bounds, though. The big turnover. This is a combo hole that plays from this tee to the next hole's basket. So they've combined 2 holes again here to play hole number 15. And Ohn just trying to find center fairway. And that's a just about a perfect position for her if you're just playing for the layup.
Hey, I got past the tree. I'm happy with
Oh, and that one tree gets in the way for Maria and unfortunately brings her down almost immediately. There is a mandatory tree right there. And that is also out of bounds, that gravel area. So you must go left of that tree, but also if you land anywhere in that curbed gravel area, that's actually out of bounds. So I believe that's exactly what we saw from Maria. She had gone out of bounds.
Ooh, Ohn, you see that side arm? She's talking.
Jen's son is on the bag. Guess he's been playing some golf, some competitive golf lately as well. So Jen just trying to get it dialed in for where she's trying to put this in terms of a landing zone. I mean, the basket is 550 feet away, so she's really just trying to play to a position. And I'm not sure she was trying to... Okay. She confirmed she wasn't trying to go that far up the hill.
Yeah, my disc can go over there. It's crazy. Just in case. You filming all this? Yeah, in case. Okay, false alarm. You're good. It was my shot. You should have. Just in case. I don't want to hit you. Jen's about to throw a forehand. So you can go in depth, like infinity behind it if you want to come even more.
So with the rule change from a few years ago, you're able to bring it back as far as you want on the line of play after you've gone out of bounds. And it really can be advantageous in this case.
Great shot. Going. Nice shot, Maria. Yeah.
Maria will be out in the next fairway. Meanwhile, this is Jen's third. Oh, we're ready. She's saying she's going to run down the hill and fall. This is why we record, right? All right, all right. She sticks to the landing.
It's like there's no stopping that. I'm glad you had the camera ready for the blooper reel.
And that's a pretty good approach. She's going to have a long look at birdie. This is a par 5 at 903 feet. Callie's third. Gives her a chance at the uphill putt or just maybe lay it up, walk away with a par. Oh, and Ohn's third is low. She had put herself in such a great position to try and attack this pin. Good clean shot by Maria, just a little bit deep. I got to give a big shout out to Zach Taylor, who volunteered to run out and get all of the drone previews that I used throughout the entire weekend and the MPO coverage, and then, of course, here for this. So big shout out to him. Also, of course, Infinite Disc, along with the Disc Shack, two of your strongest supporters, presenting sponsors, title sponsors of this event, all of which wouldn't be possible without them. Jen's got it dialed in with the rangefinder. It looks like she's going with what appears to be a jump putt. Ah!
It's one of those things like go in or don't touch the basket. Go in or don't touch the basket.
And that is exactly what you have to be worried about. With so many baskets mounted on hillsides here, you really do almost want to either commit to it going in, ideally, or not even touching anything. A putt like that so easily can get up and roll 40 or 50 feet down a hill. So Maria's in with the double bogey. And what was all knotted up just a couple of holes ago, looks like quite the separation between her and Callie. And now Ohn very much in that conversation to slide onto that third podium spot, possibly. Big thanks to my Patreon supporters and subscribers. You guys also are exactly why I can bring any kind of bonus footage, including so many other events that otherwise wouldn't get covered at all. As we're here for hole 16, 235 feet, an absolute must-get birdie hole out here on the course. What I would consider the easiest hole on the course. I think the stats might even back that up.
Not a Cayman. What is that Cayman player? You know what? I could throw a mid-ram, but I you can get my drive or not. I like it, Own. You do it, Own. Skip ace, skip ace. And no joke. And no joke around. Jump around. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jump up to get down. Thank you.
Ohn telling everybody about her game plan. She says she could throw mid, but she'd rather throw the driver, get the skip, and it proves to be pretty effective. And a fun trivia fact for you guys. There was one hole on this entire course that played under par for the women. This is it. So when I say a must get, it averaged 2.46. The next easiest hole was even par. So this was a half stroke below par. Every other hole was par or worse. Yeah, Jen. Solid putt. Her medium to long range putts have been right on point. Everything we've seen so far. Maria for birdie.
Great drive, Own. Thanks. Right? Hell yeah. Like, I threw my distance driver. I mean, I was thinking about rock, but I'm like, I'm probably going to flip it.
Ohn doing all the commentary we need. Breaking it down for us. Callie is in for the par. Sam and Chuck and crew and everyone else putting on this event. Thank you to my host, Hav, and Amy Jo. just so many incredible people in Arizona that I love coming back here and doing any kind of coverage I can, and looking forward to being back in a few weeks for the Memorial Championship. Hole 17, 489 feet. This is a big pull, and I believe if anyone can get there, Jen is certainly the top candidate to do so. Maria also has quite a bit of distance. You need to both hit your line and have plenty of power. At 489, it probably plays maybe 460 instead of 490. But you really need to hit a line. And Jen has done just that. She's still going to be a little bit short. And to me, I can't stress enough how much I appreciate that shot by Ohn. And why, you ask? What are you rambling about, Terry? She knows she's not going to get there going up the middle or bringing the trees into play. So just like Callie here, they're taking those trees out of play. I feel like some players will try and split those trees to get a little extra distance. There is nothing to gain. Well, okay, 30 feet to gain by going through those trees and gaining just a little bit more distance. So you're making your shot a little bit shorter on the approach, but to take those trees out of play entirely and just go out and around them, I really love that strategy for them. And meanwhile, Maria with a great recovery shot. Again, you add 30, maybe even 50 more feet to this drive. If she risked going up the middle, she's not taking any different score. Oh. Well, she's left herself with a tester, even though that skipped just in front of the pin. Ohn with a standstill.
Oh.
Is there a ramp down there that we don't know about, or just they know exactly where they need to hit it for the skip? So here's Jen with a really long look at birdie. I feel like if you gave Jen 10 drivers and set her on that tee pad, she's putting four of them inside the circle, maybe even 6 of them. She's got plenty of power to get there. So Maria's looking at a bogey. Meanwhile, Callie has this for par. Nice. Callie out on tour. You see her, she ran a tournament here in Maricopa just the week before. Going to be running it. Oh, that just barely stayed in. Maria didn't see it, but that almost wanted to pop back out on her. Callie will be playing and running events, doing a lot of vending. We'll see her out on tour. I believe her good friend Sandra also out there. Going to be on the tour with her, and Ohn is in for her par. Just 2 holes left to play, 17 and 18. Or correction, 18 and 19. 377. OB on the left, along with the gravel and curb area on the right side being out of bounds. We see this one, like so many others, pretty close to the sidewalk, and it certainly can come into play, along with the culvert that's just deep of the pin. And if there's a shot that sets up perfectly for Jen Allen, this would be it.
I was a little scared that Max is getting a little flippy on me.
Callie in complete disbelief that Jen's throwing a max and has it fly that way. Just talks about the power she has. Ohn low playing the skipper. That looks like par territory from there, as she says.
You made me pull out the box.
And Ohn
Yeah, you haven't been done that?
never hesitates to make sure everyone else knows that she's a little bit older than some of her competitors that she's out playing on any given weekend.
None of my discs are stable anymore. It's been the same bag for 3 years.
That culvert very quickly can come into play.
Little OB over there.
She's worried about it. So that looks like a par. We'll see how aggressive Ohn wants to be. Right now, with just 2 holes left to play, there's really not a huge advantage to going after this. She's not probably catching Callie, and she's not going to fall back behind, but that doesn't stop her from running it.
Yeah, my school, not teachable, what do you call it? You thought you were that good, you're not. You're not that good. For 41 years old,
And Maria is just off the mark. Now, Jen, 377, pin high, 25 feet at most, maybe even 20. Jen picks up another birdie. Remember, she started the day at 8 over, so she's 1 under on the round. Callie has the next best round going. She's 5 over for the round. Ohn, oh, correction, Ohn's at even for the round. And we head into the 19th and final hole of the tournament. That is a pretty big pull. It's just pushing off to the left side. And that will be safe.
where I went out of bounds yesterday.
And rather than trying to clear the water on the full length of it, Ohn pitches over to the left side. And quite a contrast by seeing Callie then pitch over to the right side. Not necessarily trying to get all the way past the water, but just playing to the sides of it. Maria with plenty of power. And pushes up against the right side of the fence. So she'll have a look at possibly getting up and down for birdie to finish out. But here's Callie, center. Fairway, no problems for her. We'll see if she can get up and down. Flexing on her forehand there. Ohn talking out the options with her caddy, Justin, and she's going to opt for the backhand, which I really like the play. If you mess up a forehand and you go out over the road and you don't get back in, you may not move anywhere down the fairway. If you mess up the backhand and you go out of bounds, either right or left, at least you're carrying that distance. So that's crucial if you're trying to just minimize the damage on any given throw or hole.
Tight angle on the hyzer.
Jen doesn't like the hyzer angle.
We need cars coming. We better wait till the cars.
And she's not, I think she'll admit, she's not a forehand specialist. She has been working on them, but she's not a forehand specialist. So she's going to do everything I just said I otherwise stated against. But she also has a huge lead. And that was actually tight enough. That didn't even go over the OB. And what a perfectly placed shot. And Maria, little bank off the tree, just trying to close things out. And as they start to do that, I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for the extra eyes, everyone supporting. Thank you to Curtis and just anyone that had anything to do with making additional coverage happen. I'm glad to do so. We saw how this closed out last year, got to see how it closed out this year. I'm glad to bring you the bonus stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do all of that stuff. Put some fun comment in the in the comment section, and we'll give something away. It'll be some kind of Innova product, since this is an all Innova card. We've got something to give away. Jen loving her forehand and then resulting in a birdie, which she said she hasn't gotten before. So I catch up with our champion. That, of course, is Jennifer Allen, the hot score of 2 down. Oh, there I am, hanging out. Just got done with the men's side, but I catch up with Jen for an interview. We'll see you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe, and here's Jen Allen. I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog. Jen, pretty solid performance out here throughout the entire weekend. What was working for you?
Friday felt like Oklahoma. I had a lot of experience in 30-mile-per-hour winds. Had a few unfortunate breaks, like to really shoot an incredible round.
Were those due to wind?
Yeah,
was there any wind out
I
there?
had just a little bit. You know, when your putt goes in perfect and it flags exactly the same height right back out at your face. And a few, you know, just unfortunate breaks, but it felt super clean. I had some great powerful, like I almost aced hole 13, throwing it 200 feet the opposite direction, and so that was cool. So I have fun in the wind when it's that strong. You get to really like pick lines and commit and throw it super hard, and being able to throw it that hard in the wind definitely was an advantage. And then coming over here, this is such a hard kind of technical course just because there's OB, every shot's almost kind of like an island hole. And so I have to try to play a little smarter, and I did. And then today the putts really started falling. I missed a few. I'm trying to be very confident in 3 putts. I want to be just as confident with everything, and I straddle putt. I guess I only had 1 short straddle miss, but it's my weakest one now, and I probably would have made the putt if I'd have done it any other way, but I let it go and then continued just to putt better throughout the rest of the round, and it felt really clean. That's probably about the cleanest round I've had in a long time. So,
well, it's a great way to close out and carry some momentum here into 2022. Now, you've cut back from your workload, or you're trying to, and I understand that that's a task in itself, but you're trying to cut back, and so you're not on full-time tour, but we're going to see you more this year.
I hope to be out there as much as possible. I cannot tour full-time, not because of my work now, but because of my kids. So unfortunately, a little responsibility at home, but I hope to be able to, I don't have to worry about taking off work, and so I hope to be able to still fly to all the events and just have to fly back home to the kids. So, but I hope to make a lot more than I ever have. All
right, well, congratulations, solid performance. We had a hefty women's field of 13 women out there this year.
Strong,
so
too.
very, very strong showing overall. Huge shout out to Curtis, who ran around and got this last round bonus coverage. There's just play everywhere taking place out here at Maricopa, so we're glad we could get the victory for you.
Thank you.
Well, you did the work. We just kind of walked around and watched a little bit. This is Jen Allen. We're going to see her a little bit more on tour in 2022. Again, congratulations.
Thanks,
That's all from the Maricopa Open.